Thank you guys for joining us today. Unafraid, right or wrong, here with my man Joey Heim today. Gonna be an exciting show for you guys. Figured I'd bring on somebody else to that has some, who's very extremely opinionated as well. You guys, please make sure that you like the feed, share the feed. This is our conversation. Please participate and be a part of it. So first up today, though, is the Conor McGregor Floyd Mayweather fight. And there are conflicting opinions. I was at a fight party this weekend, and pretty much everybody agreed that Floyd Mayweather was going to not only win the fight, but knock him out. But however, there was one black guy there who was
always the one. It's always the one.
He was adamant that Conor McGregor was going to not only win the fight, but he was going to knock Floyd Mayweather out. And I talked about it last week that I just didn't understand. I didn't think that people could say, I believe Conor McGregor is going to win. I felt like that was a lie to yourself and a lie to everybody else.
You got to give him credit for selling the fight. Oh, hold on. We're good now. All right. All right, we're good. So, Conor McGregor, what a pitchman he is. Because he had everybody believing that he was going to win. I mean, not guys like us. The fight went exactly the way I knew it was going to go. I got to be honest with you. If he fights Canelo or Triple G, maybe it lasts a minute and a half.
Yeah, well, because Floyd's not really going to take that kind of risk. And he said that he wanted to put on a show for the fans. And he didn't want to come out there. He wanted to give them their money's worth, give them a bunch of rounds. And then Conor got to look good in the first 2 rounds because Floyd didn't throw any punches.
I mean, how do you not? First of all, what does it say about the judges of boxing? First of all, do you remember who Eugenia Williams is? I'll never forget that name. She's the one that gave Evander Holyfield the draw versus Lennox Lewis.
Yeah.
That first fight. It was the worst decision ever. And since that day, I always said when boxing goes to the scorecards, I will never look. I'll turn the TV off.
Because there's no point. Because a lot of times it doesn't really reflect who won and who lost. But with this last fight though, with McGregor and Mayweather, who won and who lost, and do you feel like you got your $100 worth?
Well, I said I would never pay. Fuck that. Never in a million years would I. It was a spectacle. It was
Why
like
would you not
Mr.
pay for the fight? It was you.
Because my friend paid. I let him pay. I'll pay for Triple J and Canelo. I'll let him pay. But it was like Mr. T. What's his name? Thunder Lips, Hulk Hogan, and Rocky Balboa. Remember there was Rocky Balboa. Some people thought that he could beat Tommy Hearns and Sugar Ray Leonard, and they used to say like, "Oh man, he wouldn't even last half a round." Yeah. People really believe that Conor McGregor. You know, it's my, and we agreed to this on Facebook. It's like, well, you're a good athlete, but it's like, you know, Des Bryant thinking he can go hit a 100-mile-an-hour fastball.
Listen, you could put Des Bryant, LeBron James, whoever else you want to. You can sit them in the box and have Clayton Kershaw throw them 1,000 fastballs, and they will not hit one home run.
Or foul tip it.
Yeah,
I don't even think they'll tip one.
But I do believe that the fight was worth it though, because you got to see a show. We pay to be entertained. No,
yeah, I get it.
Were you not fully entertained?
I was entertained, but some of the people that I was watching it with were so excited, like, oh my God, he won the first 3 rounds. Who thought he'd win any round? Who said he wasn't going to win? I'm like, dude, Floyd was covering up. And the second he tasted that uppercut, and he's like, oh my God, that's it?
He can't hurt me.
That's it. That's when he started taking chances.
Once he knew that he couldn't be hurt, you already knew. That's when he started piling it on.
And what about the people that say like, oh, he should have gone down on his sword, like they shouldn't have stopped the fight? Dude, the referee's job is to protect the boxer, right? Yep. That's what he gets paid for. So, okay, if he doesn't stop the fight, dude, McGregor couldn't lift his arms up anymore. Yeah. He was done. He couldn't even lift it over here.
And I don't think that people really realize that. I think it's the last 2 boxers MMA guys who've gone to go to boxing have had traumatic brain injuries.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, dude, it's not a game, because boxing, you get hit so many more times than you do, and it's a long fight. And Conor was literally out on his feet. People, I mean, how many boxers have we heard say Floyd has no punching power? He's not that fast. But what do these Hall of Fame boxers do against fighters who don't have power. They walk through their punches.
Yeah, it was
so. But nobody walks through Floyd's punches. No. But he doesn't have any punching power. It's garbage.
And first of all, one guy's in the prime of his life. One guy was retired. If Floyd has knocked out, you know the only knockout he's had in the last 20 years. That cheap shot against Victor Ortiz.
Oh, stop.
That's it.
Stop. That's his only knockout. No, he's knocked out Gotti, knocked out Ricky Hatton.
20 years. Oh, Hatton, I forgot about Hatton. You're right about Hatton. But Hatton was small. Like, that's the thing about...
Hatton was the man at that point in time. People thought Ricky Hatton was the man until Floyd destroyed him.
In England they thought that. But I won so much money on that fight. But, you know... Floyd is not going to... He's a smart man. People don't understand all those millions. He's even a good gambler.
Yeah.
You know, we don't hear about the losses too much, but... Floyd Mayweather's not gonna fight Manny Pacquiao in the prime of his career. And
would you have fought Manny Pacquiao in the prime of his career? No, dude. The rumors probably were true that he was on the sauce.
He went from
because he wouldn't take a USADA drug test.
Well, at that time he wasn't juicing, I don't think, but he went from 105 to 155, and take it from a guy that's juiced right here. I mean, you're all natural. You cannot go from you can go from 105 to 155, but you cannot knock people out. Like Manny was doing.
No, I would agree with that. And I actually tweeted out last week. I said, listen, when you looked at 92% of the money that was bet was on McGregor, right? But I'm sorry, 92% of all the bets were on McGregor, but 70-something% of all the money was on Floyd.
Okay.
So the big money was on Floyd. So if you were betting huge amounts on Floyd. And that 92%, you know that's not all Irishmen. So there's a lot of people in the United States who were rooting for Conor McGregor. And my thing was, I'm like, okay, so where's all this patriotism that we get to talking about with Colin Kaepernick and all this? Where's that same patriotism when we have the guy from America fighting a guy from Ireland?
Well, here's the problem too. I hate when people do this. They start bringing up the domestic stuff with Floyd Mayweather. Yeah, he's 51-0 if you include the wife he knocked out. Dude, let's just talk about boxing now. Like that's for a different day.
Correct.
So people can.
And the cases have been adjudicated. He went to jail.
I know
everything.
That part of it's over. We're gonna talk about fighting. Let's talk about fighting. But this was more of a race thing. It was, especially on my Facebook tweet. It's white versus black. You know, it's a lot of MMA guys that are loyal to MMA, but it was like all the white guys wanted McGregor.
Oh, they wanted to see Floyd fall.
Except the guys that love boxing.
Correct.
I have boxing friends that are loyalists. Because it's an insult. An MMA guy is not going to go into... He beat a guy... How long has Floyd been retired? 3 years? 2 years?
2 years.
Okay, he's 40 years old. It'll never happen. The only rounds that Conor got was when Floyd was letting him hit him.
Yeah.
That's it. He didn't win any other round.
No.
But I want to say one thing.
Okay.
There was something that happened in the beginning of the 9th round where Floyd got hurt. But they said it was a low blow. I still haven't... my friend taped it. I didn't go back.
No, it was a low blow.
Okay, I haven't seen it. But then the thing is, like Skip Bayless was talking about this morning, as soon as the referee got over there, it was like Floyd was never hurt again.
No. Because remember, the ref, he didn't break it initially.
Not initially.
Because Floyd initially was like, oh man. And then when he didn't break it, he was like, okay, well, I have to keep defending myself, and then that was kind of another point where Floyd was upset. And the same thing with Victor Ortiz. Remember when Victor Ortiz tried him? That's how Victor Ortiz ended up getting that punch. So Floyd has that anger streak in him. He's like, oh hell no, bro. Like, so he was pissed off at that point in time.
But even if he got hit in the nuts, or if it was a body blow, I don't know if he was playing possum, because right when the referee, he was fine.
Yeah, but here's the thing about, this is where Floyd gets unfair criticism, is that people say, oh, he's not that tough and all that. No, the dude has a chin. So why on earth would you believe that now all of a sudden that he's going to fake hurt or something? You know what I mean?
No, Floyd is tough, man. The only thing he is more than tough is smart. So he knew to take this fight and got $300 million. You think Conor McGregor is going to fight? Is going to box again? He should never box.
No,
go out like that.
No. Conor. See, here's what I believe happened. Because Floyd is one of the smartest marketers of himself and of the game.
He's a nice guy. You know, he plays the villain all the time. Except for the wife beating. I'm sorry, I know.
Yeah, so he's insanely smart creating buzz for these fights. Because even a year before the fight was made, he started putting out rumors about Conor to see if people were interested.
Yep.
And then as soon as he saw people debating on it on TV, he was like, I got him. I got him now, buddy.
And the other thing is, the pre-fight, the promotional tour was so fake. I hated it. That was
but that's part of the business.
Like, no. I agree with you. But sometimes you can't really tell if these guys hate each other. You could tell these guys like each other, and they were like, what do you call it?
Yeah, but they wanted to win. I mean, that's why.
Who wanted to win?
No, I'm saying they both wanted to win because they are supreme competitors.
But Conor knew he wasn't going to win. You think he really thought he was going to take him out?
Yes, I really do believe that Conor thought that he could.
He's got foolish pride, but I mean, every fighter knows. You think Mayweather thinks he can get in his prime into the octagon and beat? And there's no way. It's two completely different.
Yeah, but it's different because in terms of adding other disciplines, right? Which is difficult.
Yeah.
Which Floyd would have to do.
But this is the conditioning.
But taking away disciplines, and Conor believes that he is a supreme puncher and all that.
He's so
he really believed that he could knock out Floyd.
Who hits harder? I just forgot his name. Sugar Shane Mosley or
Sugar Shane
McGregor. Of course, that's what I'm saying. So, and Sugar Shane got to Mayweather a few times.
Yes.
He was slow. He just, the patty cake.
Like punches. He almost dropped Mayweather.
I know. Yeah, he got stunned in that 8th round. But he landed. All my friends that hate Mayweather and love UFC. He landed 111 punches.
When they were pity pat punches.
This counts as a land when you're doing that. 111. None of them were effective,
except for that uppercut he ate though. That was a legit punch.
But it's only because Floyd was still just covering up. He wasn't like
Yeah, I would agree with that. But so I just believe that people got their money's worth. They got entertained.
Yeah. I'm not complaining about that.
No. There was reason to complain about the Pacquiao fight, and Floyd actually admitted that.
Yes.
And Floyd admitted that after he was like, I didn't give the people a show and all that. He did.
Yeah.
So he came and he did something that he doesn't ordinarily do, which is push forward and all that. Next up though is Vontez Burfict.
Oh my God.
He was suspended by the NFL 5 games for the hit last night. Posted it to my Twitter at George Reister. If you want to see the hit, the ball was passed downfield. And he there's a running back or tight end who's coming across the middle, and he lit him up.
See, we disagree on this because now you can't hit a defenseless receiver. Like, I don't even know what the rules are anymore. And we'll save this for another day because we don't have a lot of time. I think the NFL is, as we know it, within 5 years, I think it's done. And you serve on the board of the concussion committee out of Harvard or something. Yeah. What is that?
Yeah, the Harvard the football players' health study.
How long did you play in the NFL? You played college at Oregon.
Yep.
How long did you play in the NFL? 7 years. Can you feel anything? Are you scared?
Of course, everybody's scared.
I'm not scared, but I'm scared for drug use and not getting hit like you.
No, everybody's scared on some level because you are afraid that one day you may wake up and
your memory's gone.
Your memory's gone, and you start showing symptoms of
ALS. Are you showing any symptoms at all?
No.
Do you do any brain tests?
I try to keep my brain active.
It's important, right?
I've had MRIs and CAT scans and all those things, but those don't really necessarily show some things that could be happening. So you're afraid of that, and I get that people are afraid of these hits, right? But it's actually less scary. The game hits are less of a factor than practice is.
That's crazy to me. Because in practice,
think about this: on an average season, there are 1,000 offensive plays, 1,000 defensive plays.
Okay.
And so that's about 65 plays a game,
right?
Over the course of 16 games, mind you, you have like 22 weeks of practice. 22 weeks of practice. And in practice, there are 60, 80 plays. And then, so you have collisions in practice. And I know that they've changed practice some now, but you have a lot of collisions in practice. So you have significantly more collisions in practice than you do in the game. And those repeated head hits, even though that they may not leave you concussed, still are like damaging to you. So those are way worse than the one big shot in the game.
Okay, so all this hoopla now that's going on in the NFL, players suing in the NFL. Do you think? Here's what I think is going to happen. Of course, you can't get rid of the NFL. They're going to have to get rid of the helmets.
No way. No. You actually have to keep the helmets.
I mean, they're just plowing. They're just spearing people.
No. You have to keep the helmets because it's actually more dangerous without.
So, but something has to change. Too many concussions. Like it's a dangerous sport.
Do you realize that soccer players
get
concussions all the time?
Soccer player. That's heading the ball. You know what I mean? But football just
Hockey's even worse because their helmets are poor.
But you don't see too many concussions in hockey. You know, you see lost teeth in hockey. You don't see lost teeth in football.
No. They don't report their concussions. That's different because remember, if you're a hockey player, you gotta be tough. You gotta be,
But you've had a concussion.
Yeah.
How many? Is it documented in the NFL? That was before all this stuff.
No. Documented. I had maybe like 3.
And how many did you really have?
You can't quantify.
Right, you can't quantify
because it used to be I just got dinged.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't the same way.
But you don't want your sons going through that.
No.
And you were a football player.
Yeah, but if my son wants to, if either one of my sons wants to play football when they get in high school, I'll be okay with that. But the main thing for me is I want them to be playing for a coach that values their health over winning.
In football, that's hard.
No, it is hard. It is hard. But I think that this Burfict suspension is 100% bogus. It is 100% bogus.
People have to see
because that was a legal hit. It was legal.
But wait, first of all, did they throw a flag? I don't even know if
they didn't throw a flag.
Okay, that means nothing nowadays.
Yeah. So they didn't throw a flag. It was a legal hit. Mind you, I will admit I am not a Burfict fan because he's a dirty player.
So dirty.
And he cost his team. Like 2 years ago, they were playing against Pittsburgh in the playoffs.
That was in Cincinnati, I think.
Yeah, it was in Cincinnati. And they had the game won until Burfict hit Antonio Brown coming across the middle. He wasn't even going to catch the ball, but he couldn't resist.
The game was over, and he can't resist. That's the problem.
It's in his DNA.
And I think that's what happened on this play. Like, that guy wasn't even in the play. Right?
Correct. The kid was not in the play at all.
So just let him go. That's what the NFL
He should have let him go, but it was a legal hit. He didn't hit him in the head. So right now he's getting suspended.
5 games.
5 games.
5 regular season games?
Correct. Yes, 5 regular season games.
That's a long time.
And that is I'm gonna tell you, he is O.J. Simpson right now. O.J. Simpson shouldn't have been in jail for what happened in Las Vegas. They convicted O.J. Simpson of what happened in Las Vegas because of the murders.
But do you think O.J. Simpson's gonna try to rob a guy and get his memorabilia back now? Now he knows, like, oh shit, I can't do this anymore.
Listen, I don't know what the hell O.J. gonna do, dude. I wouldn't.
Well, Eric Dickerson said they're going golfing when he comes out.
Yeah,
that was on TMZ yesterday.
Okay, I just wouldn't put it past O.J. I wouldn't put anything past him right now.
No.
Hopefully he's learned, but maybe he has CTE or something. You never know.
He looked good in that last thing on TV they showed. He looked pretty good.
Yeah.
Remember he was fat like 6-7 years ago. You can't feel it, but you think he's guilty
of what?
Of murder.
Listen, my blackness will not allow.
No. Oh my God. And you like Trump too?
Whoa. No. Slow down.
See, I'm one of those dudes that can root for Floyd Mayweather and like Donald Trump.
See,
and I did not vote for Trump, by the way. I didn't vote for Hillary.
Yeah.
I freaking hate Hillary.
Yeah.
But I'm one of those guys that I can.
See, I'm a person. People get upset with me about this because I can separate an athlete, their athletic ability, and what they do on the court. I can like them for that, and I can separate their off the field character.
But wait, are you talking about black people get upset with you right now, or people in general?
People in general. They're like my favorite baseball players of all time.
Okay.
In exact order.
No, okay, go ahead.
No, in exact order. Barry Bonds.
Okay.
Ken Griffey Jr. Alex Rodriguez.
I know you love A-Rod. That's the one thing. And you worked with him. You say he's a nice guy.
I
can't believe he's banging J-Lo. I still can't believe that.
Dude, he's winning right now.
But wait a minute. Okay, so nothing with Griffey, though. Griffey's fine, right? He just wasn't the nicest guy in the world.
Correct. He was just not
all those guys, like their dads played on the Cincinnati Reds, and none of them were good with the media.
Yeah.
Griffey Sr. played for the Reds. Bonds.
Yep.
All those guys.
Yep.
Yeah, Bobby Bonds. No, Barry Bonds was an asshole, man. I used to see him out all the time. He was
Listen,
a jerk.
but you are right. You are 100% right
But
about that.
I see what you're saying. No, you're talking about on the field.
Yes. Yeah, I loved him I mean, it's the same way I am with Floyd. Obviously, I can't condone or think that it's right anything that has happened that he's done outside the ring. And I'm not in love with the strip clubs and in terms of like
to the gambling, all that
yeah,
stuff.
Yeah, I'm not down with that on some level. But I can appreciate that Floyd is dedicated to his crafts. Like he doesn't drink, doesn't smoke.
Who takes that away from him?
Yeah, those are the things that I appreciate. That's why I loved Kobe so much. He was like maniacal about what he did.
And I hate, you know how much I hate Kobe, but I give credit for that too. But isn't it weird that like I said, I've done steroids, growth hormone. I don't like Bonds and A-Rod because they cheated baseball, and you've never done that stuff, and you like them
because they didn't cheat the game. Because here's the thing.
No, they all did.
Baseball used.
Oh, absolutely.
They used the players because after the strike, the game was dying, and they were like, "Oh, we need more people to watch."
But they were doing it before the strike. In '94.
So I know I'm saying baseball used them after the strike. They used all those home runs.
Yeah, they looked the other way.
Yeah, and they knew that well over 50% of the league was using, and they just turned a blind eye and said, "You know what? This is good for the game." After the strike, and then on the back end, they're like, "Ooh, look what you did!
Yeah,
I can't believe you."
Of course, Bud Selig.
And Bud Selig is in the Hall of Fame.
I know, he just got
How dare he be in, but not Barry Bonds and Roger Clemens?
Well, they're letting all the juicers in now. Piazza juicer, Bagwell juicer, Pudge Rodriguez juicer, Craig Biggio juicer.
So
now you gotta let them all in.
If you were gonna let anybody in, Barry Bonds was numero uno.
Well, he was. Yeah, I mean, he never. I was in Miami. He got his 400th. I forget if it was his home run or stolen base. It was against the Marlins. And he was with the Giants. He was like the second guy to ever go 400. Like Mickey Mantle, or no, Willie Mays was the only guy. So he never had to do it, but he didn't like all the attention all the other guys were getting. The one thing I give A-Rod credit for, at least he came clean. You know what I mean? Bonds, what was Bonds' word? Remember? He unknowingly took it.
Man,
but he took it.
Listen. Sometimes that's your story. You sticking to it.
Yeah.
You know?
but I know, like you know who I used to love? I used to love the competitor in this guy was Roger Clemens.
Yeah.
Man, I love Roger. But all the stories, like him saying that it didn't help anybody. I think he was like 6-21 on the Blue Jays before he started using it, and then he just went crazy.
Wow. So that's an interesting thing. So he said that baseball stats are basically bogus because a home run in one park. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, a home run in one park is essentially a lazy fly out in some other parts. Like so if you hit a home run in Coors Field, it's not the same thing as hitting a home run in.
That's what the beauty about baseball. That a football field is a football field. A basketball court is a basketball court. But so you got Fenway Park.
You're lucky for what team you play on. It depends.
A little bit, but I mean, A-Rod, he played in New York in left field. It's not hard in Texas. You know, the ball doesn't fly out of Texas, so. That's what I love. The baseball's my favorite sport, but all the different nuances of the stadiums. Yeah, that's why I love it.
Yeah. So you don't think? To go back to the NFL with the suspension for Burfict for a minute. I would agree that Yankee Stadium is a little league park in terms of right field, especially. That thing's super short. But back to football for a minute with the Burfict suspension is You said that you don't think that football will be the same in a few years, in 5 years.
Well, also, I'll tell you why, George, too, is because 60% of youth participation is down in tackle football. That's a lot, man.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm not mad at that because I think the kids should be playing flag football anyway, at least until you get to high school. But Sal Palantonio on Sunday, he made a good point. He said that the NFL needs to take a page out of the MMA, UFC, and boxing playbook in terms of marketing their games.
All the hype stuff.
Oh my God. Dude, do you realize how great that would be if they really marketed the games? I mean, if they came in the games and said, you know what, we are going to have hype videos and we want you to talk trash. I mean, Think about the Giants-Redskins games when you had Odell Beckham and Norman. And it all started with a little trash talk. So everybody watched the game.
Yeah, but it also made the NFL look bad because those guys both got suspended heavily. Remember?
Yeah, but you see,
it's a bunch of old white dudes that on the
yeah,
NFL.
but that's like what you have to do with the boxing. It's like when guys are promoting a fight.
Oh, absolutely.
Why the hell would you fight at the press conference?
No, of course not.
You can break a hand. You can mess up your whole payday.
That's what they do in the MMA. Yeah.
Because you're a jerk. Because you can't put your brain before before your pride. And that's what NFL players would have to do. Like, imagine if what two teams don't you think would be a good matchup? Like, in terms of trash talking and
we'll say like the Cincinnati Bengals and the Giants.
Okay. Imagine if.
Oh God, I just threw you a bone, Burfict and Beckham.
Yes.
Because I'm talking about there's no natural rivalry there.
Yeah. Well. If you take the Bengals and the Jaguars, right?
There you go.
Imagine if Pac-Man
Jets or something. Yeah.
Imagine if Pac-Man says, dude, Blake Bortles is gonna have 100% completion rate to us this weekend.
Oh. But the NFL has taunting rules. That's like taunting, you know?
No, you can talk all the trash.
Sal Antonio said this.
Yes, he said that they need to take a page. Imagine this. Imagine if you literally could watch a pre-hype video, like a hype video for a game. Andrew Luck talking trash to.
Oh my God! And you think you're gonna rely on Andrew Luck talking trash?
Or the
Stanford grad,
or a cornerback, or anybody? Because. But here's why the league won't go for it. Is because yes, it would help sell games. It would help viewership go up for games that don't seem that important, right? Especially those Thursday night games. It would help with that.
Those Thursday night games are awful.
Yeah. So it would help with that whole fiasco. But the reason why the league won't go for it is because players would become personalities.
That's it. Like the NBA did. It was always Barkley versus Bird, Magic versus Jordan.
And they don't want that.
No, they don't want that.
Because
the team has to be...
Well, no. It's not. That is a myth. That is a lie that the team can't focus with a big star around it because the quarterback's a big star.
Of course.
But the thing is, they want the players to remain nameless, faceless, and replaceable.
Yeah.
So now imagine how fans would revolt and react if you're a cornerback or if you're wide receiver, if Dez Bryant or your Richard Sherman were even a bigger household name, like people were paying to come see them, put on a show, and now try releasing them. We're not paying them the way that you're supposed to.
But is there a
fans
player
would go crazy?
Is there a player in the NFL that people would spend their money on? Because like I'm a diehard Cowboy fan, so when they used to play the Raiders, a bunch of us would go. But there's no real player. Maybe Barry Sanders was the last guy that you would go pay money to see. Who else is there?
No, dude. So I'll give you a couple guys from last year alone. Okay. So Josh Norman has talked himself up into you wanting to see what he does, whether he gets beat, whether all that stuff. Ezekiel Elliott with the
I'm a Cowboy fan, and he's exciting, and so is Dak, but maybe because I love the Cowboys, I don't know.
Yeah, but Ezekiel Elliott became like feed me, right? Who else? There's Odell Beckham Jr. He makes more money from Nike than he does from the Giants.
Yeah, I'm not a big Odell fan.
Oh, I don't know why not. This dude's stats, his stats right now through his first 3 seasons are better than Jerry Rice and Randy Moss.
Well, because they throw the ball a lot more.
Correct.
It's a different NFL.
But there's also different coverages, and the dude is a savage.
Like, you know who had the best numbers of all time before all that stuff? Wayne Corbett. Remember him?
Yeah.
For the Jets.
He just got knocked in the head too many times.
Oh, poor guy. Him and Wes Welker.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. Is ODB gay? What do you think? I bet you probably don't want to. You deal with these guys. Did you see the jacuzzi stuff?
No, I did not see.
Oh my God! Go on YouTube Live and not YouTube Live. Sorry, what's it called? YouTube, and go to Odell Beckham in the jacuzzi. Marvin Gaye, sexual healing. Just trust me. What about the clothes he wears? He wears like he's gay. No, and it doesn't matter. I don't care.
I'm telling you, I don't. Okay, the answer to your question is I don't know.
You've heard. No.
I haven't even heard rumors. I mean, I've heard people say it, but like nothing substantiated.
No, nothing's. Of course not.
I have, but in terms of clothes and all that stuff, dude, he's just living in 2017. Like,
I don't see anybody else dressed like that.
Yes, they do. Like, kids dress like this all the time.
Dude, I don't want my star wide receiver in skinny jeans. It just doesn't work for me.
Well, then you don't like any receivers nowadays. You don't like any receivers or cornerbacks nowadays. Everybody wears skinny jeans.
When we're done here, you're gonna look at that YouTube video and you're gonna be like, oh my god, okay.
But this is the way everybody dresses now.
And it's not only that, now everybody's in a jacuzzi with a bunch of guys.
They have rips in their jeans.
I don't know.
They have rips in their jeans.
Ezekiel wears the half thing, you know.
Yeah. Zeke's crop top.
Yeah. But we know Zeke likes women. Yeah. And see, I'm a little bit of a hypocrite because, especially now, I'm married, I have a daughter. So Ezekiel, did he really hit those girls? Like, what do you think? You're a Cowboy fan.
I do not believe so. Because she was, based upon the evidence that we have now. So it's 2017. Domestic violence is not swept under the rug.
Hell no.
And it doesn't matter whether you're Ezekiel Elliott or the president of the United States. Like, if you do something, like, they will, like, they're coming down.
The whole O.J. Simpson thing. That's what started it.
So it's coming down on you hard. So the police had the same exact evidence that the NFL had. They did not press charges because the girl was found to have tried to blackmail him. He had to file harassment claims against her. No, only one. And some of the bruises that she had were prior to that, and she was proven to have lied about one of the situations. So it now brings everything into doubt. So there's no way that you can rightfully suspend.
But they did.
Yeah, but this is a players' association problem because they gave Goodell too much power. Oh, and this is a.
Are they going to take that away from him? It's way too much power.
In the 2020 collective, when that happens, there will be a strike, there will be a lockout, and
that's the main topic.
That's one of them. That and some of the ways that the contracts are done. That's going to be the two biggest things, though.
But 6 games, I mean, that's
brutal. That's brutal.
And I'm just saying because it'll go down to 4 probably. But the one thing that he did mess up on that they have on tape is when he lifted that girl's thing in New Orleans.
Okay. Here's the thing about that. That was unpopular, right?
Right.
I was once 22 years old in the NFL.
It's a different world now.
Yes, correct. But here's the problem that I don't have with it. Is that, and the problem that I would have if that were my daughter, right? If that were my daughter, I would not be upset at Ezekiel Elliott. The reason why I would not be upset with Ezekiel Elliott and be mad at her is because she looked like she liked it.
I never saw.
And she looked like she was okay with it, and that's where I would be pissed off at my daughter. Because if she was pissed off about it, then I could be pissed off.
What about if it was your son? If your son did that to a girl and you saw that, and he was on the Dallas Cowboys.
That's what it has nothing to do with the Dallas Cowboys. I'm saying that I would be pissed off if my son did that.
No, right? But I'm saying as an NFL player, you have more of a responsibility.
Correct, but the
cameras are always on.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. If you're 22 years old, you can't be expected to make just because you have money. That doesn't make you mature. It doesn't. Like, change. You can't think like a 40-year-old when you're 22.
But still, he did it, and for that, he should be suspended. Because next time,
how should you be suspended for something that's not illegal and if somebody is consenting to it?
What if
that's like going to jail because
she wasn't consenting to it. She didn't know. Like she was sitting like this. And
no. I'm saying after, if she didn't have a problem with it, if she's like, this is cool, and doesn't have a problem with it.
Did she? I don't know.
No, she didn't have.
What about if her father came out and said, "This guy should be suspended"?
It doesn't matter because it's not her father's choice. It's not her father's choice who she has sex with, who she lets lift up her top.
Yeah, but
he can be upset about it. Yeah. But he should be upset with his daughter for not being upset with it.
See, I don't know if she's not upset with it. Who knows afterwards if she completely broke down? There's your beautiful daughter. I don't know that stuff, but. You see, that's one thing I say about Ezekiel Elliott. He has to realize that every time he walks into a bar now, someone's going to want to start a fight with him.
Correct. And I 100% agree with that.
Right. You got to be a little bit smarter when you're a pro athlete.
But this is...
And I know he's young.
This is where that idea of, they just have to be smarter. They have to know that eyes are watching them. Okay, yes. But these guys have been passed on that, like... behavior that is either immature or whatever has been just glanced over and passed over because of their skill and talent.
But a 1 game suspension might clean that up.
It doesn't work like that, dude. So you have kids, I have kids.
Yeah.
How many times do you have to tell Juju something to like sometimes to get some stuff right?
We might want to use my daughter as example. Juju, like, first time every time.
Okay.
But my daughter, she likes to challenge me. But she's 9 years. She's turning 9 in January.
But that's what I'm saying is that you are still a young kid at that point in time. So, and when you are the master of your body, you are on a platform. People are fawning over you. You have unlimited resources. People don't say no. And you haven't been given these emotional skills to cope with stuff, to learn how to deal with loss, with trauma, with frustration, with all these things. When you haven't been given those tools, somebody just saying, "Oh, you need to do better." It's impossible. It's impossible when your mind is not in the right place and you aren't being taught and given the tools.
But also, it's bad timing for him. This investigation was already out there in the open. He's got to use his head a little bit. Like, oh my God, I'm being investigated for domestic battery hitting girl.
Okay, if you believe in your heart that you did nothing wrong, but that's just like Kaepernick, where people are saying, "Oh, he needs to clean up his image." What the hell is there to clean up? The dude just donated $1 million. He's never been in trouble. He's a model citizen. There is no image to clean up.
I'm with you on Kaepernick. Like I that's much ado about nothing. Yeah. But for Ezekiel, whether he did or not, there's still an investigation out there.
I get there's bad optics.
Right. It's awful optics. And I think this is going to open his eyes a little bit. I don't think he's going to get in trouble anymore. He might get in trouble, but I think he'll get I'd say it's going to be a 4-game suspension. That's why they did 6.
Dude, there is a lot of times your physical ability takes you to places, or your God-given ability, whether it's your athlete, musician, artist, entertainer, whatever, takes you to places that you're not mentally, spiritually, and emotionally ready for.
Right.
And that's what happens to a lot of players, like when they get in these situations. And it's not a fix the same way that other stuff is. Like, you can't just say, "Oh, they just need to stop it. They need to do better. They need to do that." There needs to be some sort of education, because it doesn't make sense to me that maybe you can explain this to me. Google, Apple, Microsoft, Nike, some of the biggest companies in the world or in this country, they spend a lot of money on the mental, emotional, and spiritual health of their employees.
Of course.
Why doesn't the NFL do that when it continues to get black eyes?
I thought they don't have that rookie symposium anymore.
There goes that tell your kid once thing. So you show.
No, it's gotta continue. No, you're right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So you show up at the rookie symposium, which I went to.
Right.
You're there for 3 days in meetings for like 6-7 hours a day.
Wow, really?
Yes, for 3 days.
Okay.
So imagine how you're 21, 22 years old. You're sitting in a meeting for 6-7 hours. When you're in class in a lecture, a 3-hour lecture, what happens after about the first 45 minutes?
Checking out.
Yeah. So and then also, can you retain everything that you learned in 3 days, 6 months from now, when you've had a little bit to drink and your girlfriend is going off and you can't get her to stop talking, or some dude is popping off, hitting all your buttons, calling you every name in the book, or like this morning I was out. I was making a left-hand turn, on an arrow, right?
This is gonna be good.
On an arrow. So that means that the crosswalk, you can't cross the crosswalk at that time.
Somebody usually tries to go halfway.
Yeah, dude, it's like 5:45 in the morning, so it's still dark outside. I'm turning left. Dude decides. He actually looked like you. He was in a cutoff shirt. Okay. I mean, he was in a tank top.
The only people at 5:45 in the morning are drug addicts or guys going to the gym. That's it.
And he was walking a Yorkie.
Oh fuck! I used to have a Jack Russell. I know. We do that.
So I'm pulling out, turning, and he like steps off the curb walking. So I stop. I have to stop in the middle of the street.
Oh, so I got you. He was on this. He wasn't on this side. He was on that side.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he goes, and then he's like, and he's coming from this side, so I can't see him initially because he's behind me.
Right.
And he's like, and he stops. So I stop, and I'm looking at him like, what are you doing? It's an arrow. This fool, he has a coffee in his hand. What does he do?
No.
He threw the coffee on my car. A cup
of coffee or a mug? Like
a Starbucks.
Okay, Starbucks. Yeah, gotcha.
Threw it and hit my car. It looks like a damn mud bath.
What the?
I was so outrageously pissed off. And then, but he can't really see me because my windows are dark.
He wouldn't have done that shit.
And then so I'm like, and he's like, F you. Like, so and then I said, but he could see my hand, like, because he was in front of the car at this point in time because he kept on going. I was like, dude, it's an arrow.
Right.
And he goes, F you, I can walk across the street whenever I want to walk across. And then he said, pull over. I rolled down the window. I said, are you sure you want me to pull over? And then he took off running.
Oh, shit.
Dude, I promise you, like, it took everything within me to not pull over and beat his ass.
Well, first of all, if your car was just washed, you would have pulled over and beat his ass. You know that, right? That's how I am, man. Fuck. I get pissed off if I wash my car and somebody fucking in front of me is like doing the sprint of their windshield wiper and it goes over their car and hits me. I'm like, what the fuck? I just washed my car. So if your car was clean, you would have stopped. Dude, especially if you would have detailed it.
But now imagine I'm 22 years old.
Oh, hell yeah.
And that happens. This dude gets punched.
Wait, you didn't have Damon in the car?
No, I was all by myself.
What if you would have had Damon in the car?
It would have gone.
See?
Would have gone the same way probably because I was pissed off, dude. Like I was outraged.
Well, you were mad because he threw the coffee.
Yeah, I was mad that he threw the coffee at me because now you've like dirtied my car. I would have. And it's like a personal attack. Like that's like disrespect. Like it felt like you spit in my face.
See, I don't get out of my car anymore because the last time I did that, there's a car wash on Roscoe and Balboa, so I'll make the story fast. So when I got my car, I started the car went up a little bit, the driveway, so there's a car coming, and he kind of got scared, and he went like this, right? And so I went to apologize, and he's like, fuck you, man, fuck you, like skinny, like meth head looking guy. I'm like, dude, I'm trying to apologize. Man, fuck you. I said, no, I'm trying to. He goes, fuck you. And I go, oh, really? All right. So we drive, and I go, pull over. And first he swayed into me. And I'm like, dude, pull over. For like a mile. Pull over. I go. And so finally I did it to him. So he pulled over and he's running he was in front and I go out of my car and he had a gun. And he put it right in my head right here. And I remember feeling it like he was pressing it. And he's like, don't fuck with me, man. I'm having a bad day. Don't fuck with me. I'm like, all right, dude, whatever, it's over. I never got out of my car after that. I won't do it.
Because this is a dangerous spot.
That's it.
Yep. But you guys, thank you guys for joining us today.
How long were we on for? See, I told you it wasn't going to be half an hour.
Thank you guys for joining us today. Unafraid, Right or Wrong, with Joey Heim, at Joey Heim, at JoeyHaim. You can find him on Facebook, Twitter. Find me. Make sure you guys like the feed, share the feed. Appreciate it. You guys have
next PTI right here, baby.
All right, let's get us out of here.